Okay, so we're back for another bash at this, I guess, trying to get farewell pulled. Of course, not actually doing any full level runs, because I'm nowhere near. I've no idea enough practice or skill in this yet, but we'll get there eventually, I hope. What I want to do today is try and do some Secondless Deathless. So I did a bit of this, I think reconciliation, last video. Well, I never actually managed to do it deathless, which is obviously a bit of a problem. And so, yeah, I'm hoping to get this reconciliation and farewell, so final checkpoint, in one run without dying between either of them, and then get the previous checkpoint as well, which I can't remember the name of. That's bad. Yeah, that's. I'm not sure whether it's better to do a super or a hyper here, because supers can work, but like, obviously they're a bit harder, and well, not harder, but like, you can very easily just miss the bird. The thing with hypers is then that you're moving so much faster, it's easy to just slam straight into the flippin' spikes. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. This checkpoint's full of these rooms which are like not particularly challenging, but not kind of normalised enough. By which I mean, I could easily see myself dying to a bunch of really stupid things here. I don't really have any good consistent setups for any of the rooms, which normally would matter for something like this, where it's just mostly relatively simple platforming. But because it's the second last checkpoint in the level, like, I would be absolutely, so nervous. It's so easy to make mistakes when you're nervous, and yeah, it's not what you want. Also, I've turned the volume down because someone suggested that I do that, because you can't even hear me talking otherwise, which is fair. Oh well. Yeah, so this bit is like a really good example of that, where like it's not particularly hard, but that feather is not very easy to do. Well, it's not hard to do consistently. It's just I don't feel like any amount of practice there would make me particularly certain that I could do it without dying. Like in an actual run, I'd always be like 90%, and you can't really have 90% here because there's so many of them. But like, at least at the moment, I'm not. That's never happened before, but okay. Yeah, there's so many things where it's like, if you're 90% certain that you can do every individual bit, then you're almost bound to fail, aren't you? Also, that don't look at what happened there. Oh my god, okay. I mean, yeah, this isn't the normal strat, but I found that it tends to work better, but I've never had that before. Genuinely, I think we'll do this. Yeah. That works fine, to be honest. Yeah. I should probably do that then, actually. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just hold left there, and then just... Okay. And just go right dash into the spring, and yeah. That actually feels way more forgiving. Okay, this one's mostly pretty easy. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, this one is, in theory it should be pretty consistent, but like, it's a lot of just memorising the exact dashes to do, and occasionally I just completely forget. Also, there was a pretty big lag spike there. With OBS running, the game lags quite a bit more than usual, because when memory usage is at like 90%, and yeah, that's not ideal. Thankfully though, it hasn't caused any deaths yet, but I'd still rather it wasn't like that. This room is again awful. Okay. Yeah, that bit's fine, but then there's this, and I... God. Yeah, did I do a diagonal? I think I accidentally did a diagonal dash there. I was trying to do a demo dash, but I think I just did it wrong. Yeah, okay, I should stop demoing it because I'm not very consistent at it. Like, it's not terribly difficult to climb, it's just, I don't know, this is like, what, I think, like, 4th or 5th last, I think 5th last level, if I remember correctly, and, well, 5th last screen in the level, and like, that kind of precision is not what you want. Chokefish. Yeah, I've always found chokefish quite easy. There were 2 other fish in pretty early on in the level actually, which are pretty much identical to chokefish. I'd argue even a bit harder in the very first checkpoint. And I mean, yeah, those sometimes give me some difficulty just because you have spikes kind of all around it. But like, I don't know. If you can do those well, I don't see why chokefish would be an issue. Okay, final screen. Well, final screen would get the golden. There's one more after this, but you know, that's a problem for future me, who has the golden and is trying to sight read a room whilst the heart rate is at like 3,000 beats a second, which couldn't possibly go wrong. Haha. Oh my, that's really disappointing. I've always found that section to be the most inconsistent of this screen for me. And like, it's not that bad, it just... stuff like that can happen. I really do need to find a better way of doing this, so I guess... Oh my... Okay. There's two ways you can do that, because you have like a double dash crystal, right? And so you can either dash upwards twice and then sort of just push into the spring, but I don't really like doing that because there's wind pushing you to the right, and if you dash a bit too far to the right, the wind can be so strong that you just can't actually make it back to the spring in time, and you just really... How does that even happen? 3 times in a row? Okay, well... Yeah, the wind there is a bit of a problem. Because it's trying to push you to the right, but there's a spring on the left that you're trying to get to. You grab the green whistle, come to the left, then go back to the right so you can get enough height. I think that works, if you just like let the wind push you, because then it lines you up quite well. Okay. After this, I'll practice this checkpoint a bit more. Yeah, like I say, the goal for today is to get this checkpoint and the previous one deathless. As in a row deathless. Maybe even move on to the one before that and try and get that deathless. And okay, I thought for a second I missed the cube there. Yeah, so, and once we've got that nailed down, we've just got the middle two, which are like widely considered to be the hardest. They've got all the really stupid ones like cone moves. Yeah. I'm never sure whether to like hold left or neutral on that fish, because either way I feel like I'm getting scarily close to some of the lightning. Yeah, I think just holding neutral is probably better, and then because that's what I did there, and that works pretty nicely. Yeah, okay. Return to map. Only a couple of doubts, and a lot of those were in the last room, which I'll do some more practice on now, I guess. So that was way more lag than you want. I mean, you don't want any lag, I guess, but that was a lot. Let the wind push you. Yeah, that works quite well, I think. The only problem is you get quite close to the lightning, and if I'm nervous, I could probably just accidentally move into it. Which is a bit of a worry, but we'll see. I think I've hit one of these once ever, and that was when I was trying to like speedrun through it, so that shouldn't be a concern, really. I keep getting awfully close to just missing the key there, which is a bit worrying. Oh well. If you do it right, you actually just hit that spring without even touching the one at the bottom. You just clip the corner of it, but I sometimes do that accidentally and it throws you off quite a bit. Also here. Yeah, I think that's the strat. Don't get a large... With the pufferfish, if you hold the direction that they're, like, bouncing you, if you hold away from them essentially, you actually get a much larger bounce, like a much larger explosion or whatever. And the thing there is, a small boost is kind of a little bit too small, and the large boost's a little bit too large. You kind of want something just in between, but unfortunately you can't get there. Because either way you get quite close to the lightning. Yeah, okay. Give another bash. Give this deathless another bash. Okay. Okay. I should really stop hypering into these rooms, because, like, I do occasionally die, especially that one with the feather. Wind, we've got to, like, dash through a bunch of really tight things of lightning. You'll know which one I mean when we get to it. That one has such strong wind that if you hyper into it, you can't actually hold to, like, slow yourself down, because the wind is just too strong. And I often end up dying there because I just keep hypering into the next room. So I should really stop doing that. Yeah, this one is another. Oh, it's like not hard, but I don't know how to do it consistently. I always do something slightly different, and it usually ends up working out because it's, like I say, pretty easy. But I should really find just one strat that I'm going to stick with for that, because otherwise I can just panic and then do something really stupid, trying to improvise it on the spot. Has happened before in other Goldens I've done. And yeah, it's not fun when that happens. Okay, so that worked out quite nicely. Okay. That was 100% intended, and clearly. Yeah, to be fair there, even if you do hit one of the pufferfish, like, it's still pretty hard to die. I mean, you don't want to, because that was somewhat scary, but, like, yeah, it's very hard to die on that last bit, because even if you do accidentally hit one, you still survive, like, the vast majority of the time. But yeah, I should probably get more consistent and not hitting them, just to be safe. Okay. That was a slightly different method than I normally do, actually. I normally don't grab the block on the far left there. I normally just full jump off of it, but there I grabbed it, and that slightly changed the timings of things. Which thankfully still works, but that is something to keep in mind. Yeah, this room, I always hyper into this, and then, like, I mean, I was just demonstrating, actually I can't, okay, you can't go back to previous rooms, but yeah, this one's annoying. So hyper into that. Okay. That was really close. Okay. I should maybe just like find the demo button, but I don't really want to do that. I might change my mind on that, but we'll see. That was pretty close there. Nearly just missed the wall boost. Okay, this is the last room of this checkpoint. Okay, so now all I've got left is final checkpoint, final screen. Oh, nearly just restarted. Yeah, the restart button in the menu appears in the exact same place as the skip cutscene button, and so if you just kind of spam to click cutscene, to skip cutscene, sorry, before the cutscene actually appears, like we do at a couple frames early, you end up clicking restart instead, and that kills you, which is really cruel, but oh well. Yeah, that works nicely. I'm not entirely sure what the point of the dash crystal there is, because like, you don't need to dash through any of this, and even if you did, there's literally like a place you can stand later on, which gives you your dash back anyway. And then right after that there's a double dash crystal, so it's like, I really don't see the point to that. How would you even dash here without like instantly killing yourself? I just... Okay. Yeah, I think here I should go a bit further left, just to avoid missing that, because I haven't missed it yet, but I feel like it's definitely a possibility. That was close. That was also close. Okay. Yeah, there I accidentally got a boost. I wasn't trying to, but I held right a bit too early. Like, it still works, thankfully, but yeah, it's... There's no great ways of doing that, I don't think. Okay, so that's the last 2 checkpoints in a row deathless, which was my goal today. So that's good. So now what I've done is... Yeah, so there's 9 checkpoints in Farewell. First one doesn't even have to bury. The bury only starts here. I've made it to here deathless, and I've made it from here to here deathless. So it's these 3 that I've got left essentially. These 2 are disgusting. Sorry, these 2 are brutal as anything. This one's not too hard. There's a bit of timing involved, and I'm not the best at timing, but like, it's a pretty short one as well. It's only a few screens. Also, you're legally required to do it that method, because I don't know why that exists. Maybe it's for like some speedrun thing. Just like slightly faster, I don't know. Okay. Oh gosh, okay. That's bad. Okay, that's... I just completely forgot what I was doing here, so... It was pretty... Okay, that's not good, but... Really? Okay. Really? Okay, that's I was trying to save myself. A weird thing with these blocks, actually, is that's not good. A weird thing in general with this game is if you're moving away from spikes, they can never kill you. And so there, you can actually wall jump off of the block as it appears, despite it having spikes on it, because the spikes don't kill you because you're moving away from them. Which is really a bit ridiculous, but it's also, I think, a 5-frame window, which is kind of precise. Yeah, there's no, you never have to do it, and none of my strats involve doing that, because again, 5-frame window. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have risked that. This screen, I do want to practice, because I just don't have a great consistent method for it. I mean, the first bit's pretty easy, just go like that, and then, yeah, do you grab this, do that maybe? Yeah, I don't want to have to rush that, because you die to those spikes if you don't go fast enough. Yeah, there's... That can happen as well. Yeah. Do that. But that's not great. Then you actually have to do some like platforming. I don't know. I think I'll try practicing that a bit more, because that seems the most consistent method that I found, but like... Yeah, that's not too bad actually. Okay, well, I'll practice the rooms a bit more afterwards. This one's pretty dead easy. You just keep doing this and then... Okay. This one's not too hard, but I also often die to it, so I guess it is kind of hard. Yeah, like that. I shouldn't have died there. That's so incredibly easy not to die to. And yet, I still do quite a lot, which is not good. And that's pretty easy as well. Now, this first run is just kind of seeing which rooms I'm struggling with. And then what I need to... Actually, no, I do that, to be fair, which... Yeah, I should probably change that. I mean, if there's any rooms that are like particularly hard, you can always just like watch an actual golden run of it and see how they do it, but yeah. Okay, that was close. I think this is the intended method, so you kind of... Oh gosh, okay. Come down here and then like dash onto that blue thing. Yeah, there's... I think, yeah, a lot of people do it like that, and that works. I don't feel... Yeah, and then I think this is the last room, so then it's next checkpoint. So it's quite a short checkpoint, it's like, what, 5 or 6 rooms or something? Yeah, it's pretty quick, but it is quite tricky. God, okay. Yeah, don't do that. I don't even know what happened there, but I'll take it. That one's also pretty disgusting. You've got to like... not die to the spikes, but also not die to the void. Because if you bounce on the spring too late, it'll just disappear under your feet and you'll die to the void. But if you bounce on it too early, then you hit the spikes, and so you need to find a balance between them, and that's tricky. Here, just don't be a numpty, because this really isn't too hard. Like, you can do that nearly without using any dashes, and so with dashes it shouldn't be tricky. Doesn't stop me from dying to it anyway though. Gosh, I nearly died to this place though. Okay. This one. That was close. Second last room, I think. That was also kind of close. Yeah. That was closer than I would have liked. I keep failing to wave dash there. I'm not entirely sure why. It's no harder than any other wave dash, but I just keep messing it up for some reason. Okay, so you come here. I'm not entirely sure how much I like that, because I mean, yeah, obviously practice will make me more consistent, but yeah, it's not as consistent as I would have liked. Okay, well, yeah, I don't plan on doing this deathless today, probably tomorrow. Really what I want to do is get it down to 3 segments. So do the first 3 in a row deathless, then do these 2 deathless in a row, and then finally these 3 deathless. So that's 3 segments then. I also kind of want to do some low death runs as well. I'm not entirely sure like when I'll start going for actual ones, but there are definitely some things that I'm definitely want to get done before trying to do any low death. Sorry, any actual golden attempts. So yeah, I guess I'll just play through the middle 2. Okay. Like in theory this one shouldn't be too hard because it's the introduction of the wave dash, and so you'd think it'd be just quite simple like wave dashing stuff, but it really isn't. It's like it's like, I mean this is pretty easy, but then everything after this is really tricky wave dashing. Like this is, okay, this isn't actually wave dashing. I'm not entirely sure why this is here, to be honest. Oh gosh, okay. That's not good. There we go. Like, this is kinda hard even for me, and like, I'm pretty, you know what I mean? It feels really harsh to throw new players into this who like barely even know what wave dashing is. Also, the wave dash tutorial, whilst incredibly funny, is really not very accurate. Actually I had a setup for this. Oh yeah, no, it's just like this. That's way easier than, like, I think what the intended strat is. Yeah. This one is really nasty, this checkpoint. It's like, okay. This room's kind of, but you can use some visual cues for some of the sections. Yeah, okay. This one is interesting. What? Okay, I don't even really know what happened there. I think I must have held right, sorry, just before actually grabbing the block and then dying. Okay, that's not how you want to do it, because you end up covering the whole stuff in dust, which is, yeah, not great, but it just makes it more precise than it has to be, but it works at least. Okay, this one is pretty easy, especially if you to super. Get this from behind, and then climb up here, like that. That's the strat. Okay. This one's also pretty consistent, I think. Just do that and then that, okay. Oh my god. Yeah, this one's kind of tricky. Okay, so here, you can actually just jump straight to the block from here, but it's quite precise. It's easier to just do that. Is it possible to die to this spike just from momentum from the previous frame? Like, I'd assume it wouldn't be, but gosh, I wouldn't be surprised either way. Really? Okay. With rooms like this, it's good to know where the safe spots are, so kind of here is safe, and then a bit like just here is safe, and then, like if you do fall, where can you land safely? I guess what you can do is just sort of stall here. It's not too hard though. This one is disgusting. Yeah, that's all just really inconsistent. Here I do a pixel line up there. This diagonal dash though is so disgusting. It's like, look at those hitboxes, just ugh. You can do a demo, but like demos are hard. At least without a demo button, that's the way I have it set up because I'm very intelligent and decided to make up and jump the same button. And there's no way I'm going to be able to learn a different key binding after playing for this long with it like this. So I have to like click down and within 5 frames swipe the same finger to up because I used the same finger for down and jump and up, which means I have to like, yeah, and it gets caught on the bottom of the key as well, which is just, yeah, it's, demo dashes are not very easy, especially not upwards demo dashes. This room, the strategy is make some human sacrifices, pray to as many gods as you can and hope that you pick the right one, and then hope that they don't decide to just fuck with you anyway. Don't die here, this one's, you shouldn't die there. I don't know why I keep saying you, I should really be saying me, but who cares, really? Oh gosh. Say hi to Kevin. I think this is the last room of this checkpoint. And then we've got, yeah, this is definitely the hardest one, in my opinion. Oh my god. This has all the really just brutal, like, timing stuff. With, like, cycles and those weird star things that... I've died there multiple times, and I really don't know how. It's, like, one of the easiest things in this level. You literally just fall down a hole that's, like, 3 blocks wide. And somehow I've failed multiple times. This one is deceptively tricky, I think. Okay, this one always throws me off because there's upwind, which means you fall slightly slower, and so I often end up dashing into the spikes because I'm expecting to fall faster than I actually do, and so I like go a bit early a lot of the time, but oh no, I've messed this up. Okay, please say okay, that's bad. Ran out of stamina. Don't I keep doing okay, yeah, that one's tricky. Like, I'm not trying to do any of this deathless. I'm just sort of seeing where I'm struggling. This, I think, is one of the hardest rooms in the level, even. Yeah, I got very lucky there, only dying once. It's just so much timing and cycles and stuff. And none of them seem to be lined up to, like, flow smoothly. It's like, you know, the timing for... If you know, do one right so that you don't die to one-step spikes, then the next ones are lined up really awfully, and so you have to, like, fast fall a little bit to avoid dying. It's just... Relative timing's just hard. Okay, that's something that can happen. Just missed the flipping block completely. Speed. This one I'm also really bad at. I really need to find a consistent setup for this. So far I just kind of wing it, and I mean, there's that first jump there which is definitely useful, but other than that I have no real consistent setups for any of this, which is very not good. Also, because each of these like rings of ice has like 5 things in it. If you bounce off all 5 of them, you've then got none left, and sometimes you can literally just run out of things to bounce off of and then get basically soft lock. Not soft locks, but just no way of surviving. This room is also just awful. I don't have any idea how I'm going to do this consistently. Because like that works, but that feels incredibly difficult to do consistently. Which is because it is incredibly difficult to do. The first part of this room is pretty, I mean, not easy, but like, I should be able to do it. How does that even happen? Okay. Yeah, neutrals help so much here, because you can just hang out on the ice. Okay. Thanks for that. Most spikes are a little tricky to avoid, but like, that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Here, you have to drop between these spikes, which is like pretty precise. It's kind of a curve, and it's very hard to move in a curve because, I mean, dashes are in straight lines, and most movement is like either straight or diagonal. So. This bit's pretty easy, because even if you mess it up like I did there, you can just sort of save yourself without too much trouble. This bit's a bit tough though. I mean, yeah, it's not terribly hard, but like, again, even 90% is too inconsistent, I find. And that's definitely close to 90%. Okay, yeah, I always mess that up. I guess you can go on the bottom, because there is actually a bottom path there you can take, which is meant to be harder, but like faster. But I might actually try those. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. But like, maybe. At least you don't have to deal with cycles. Well, you still do, but not as many. I think it's meant to be lined up so that if you just hold right, as long as you survive the first set, you just survive all of them. But that really doesn't feel like it's the case. Like, yeah, it's like you have to slow down a little bit. That's not great. In theory, what I could do actually is practice just, if I go immediately, what do I have to do? Because like, what you can do is just go to the previous room, and then like, once you enter this, when you enter the room, it starts from the exact same position every time. So if you find like a consistent way of doing this, you just jump there, say, and like grab the tether. At least this way, you can just do a consistent strategy. So like, if I do the same thing again, it will work out. In theory, the exact same way, but like, it's already gone to pot. Yeah, like, yeah, this is definitely one that I'll need to practice quite a bit. Okay. I think that's the last room of this, or the last real one. There's this technically, but this is like not even really a room. Okay. I think that's enough for today. That's day 2. I've managed to do the last 2 checkpoints deathless in a row. We'll see where we go from here. Goodbye, I guess.